Hello and welcome. I hope that you are all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me here today to talk about books. And today's book, the book I just finished reading, was the book that I selected for the silver spin of the color wheel. It's also the book that I chose to read to fulfill the prompt to match my clothing to the cover of the book. So since I had selected silver, I picked Belladonna by Adalyn Grace. The title is in silver, and I wore silver while I was reading it. I also rotated in some of the other colors in the cover. So I had a lot of fun matching my clothing to the cover of the book. The book, as I said, was Belladonna by Adalyn Grace. It is the first book in the Belladonna duology. The second book, Foxglove, is due to be published in August, so it will be coming out in the not-too-distant future. On to the story. Senya is familiar with death, and has been for quite a while. Her parents died when she was basically a baby. Her beloved grandmother cared for her afterwards, but she also died when Senya was quite young. Since then, she has gone from the care of one relative to another. In fact, Senya's guardians seem to die early. They also seem more interested in Senya's fortune than in taking care of Senya herself. And every time one of Senya's guardians die, Senya has seen death personified. He appears as a person to Senya. She has seen him escort the souls of her guardians to the afterlife. And she has also seen death on the occasions where she has ingested poisonous berries. And it seems like Senya can't die. She has spoken with death and told him to stay out of her life. After her current guardian, Aunt Magda's death, Senya is invited to live with her last remaining relative, her cousin Lillian, and Lillian's husband Elijah, and their children Percy and Blythe, at their estate, Thorngrove. Silas, who works in the stables at Thorngrove, arrives to escort Senya to their estate. But when she arrives, she learns that her cousin Lillian has died. The family is broken, and the family members are separate in their grief. Elijah's grief is expressed in ways varying from isolating himself to totally inappropriate parties. Percy is angry. He's angry at Elijah for failing to turn to him in his grief, and he's failing at the state that their family business is in. And Blythe, she appears to be suffering from the same illness that killed Lillian, and she is isolated from most everyone. When Senya has an opportunity to visit Blythe, she realizes what Blythe's illness is. Someone is poisoning her. Senya enlists the help of the only beings she knows, Silas and Death. In getting Death to help her, she has agreed to be trained by Death as a Reaper. She's learning to use some of Death's own powers, like walking through walls or communicating by thought alone. Working with both of these men, Senya experiences many emotions and a lot of confusion. Will she figure out what's going on before it's too late? In Belladonna, Adalyn Grace has created a highly romantic and Gothic-infused world. If your tastes run to Gothic, this book and this video are for you. What are some other books to read for a similar experience? We'll start with Gallant by V.E. Schwab. Olivia has grown up at the Maryland School for Girls. She knows that her future is basically planned out for her. She'll be married to an older man, or she'll be turned into the streets when she ages out of the school. A letter arrives inviting her to come to the one place that her mother's diaries have warned her to avoid at all costs, her family's estate, Gallant. When she arrives at Gallant, she is saddened to discover that no one's expecting her. Her uncle, who supposedly wrote the letter inviting her, has died, and her cousin Matthew is very clear that he wants her to leave right now. But Gallant feels like home, and Olivia is loath to give up the only place where she has ever felt at home. Gallant is keeping secrets, and Olivia is not about to allow those secrets to go undiscovered. Her mother's diaries contain clues to the secrets, but is Olivia truly ready to learn those secrets? And once she does, will she be able to withstand what they mean for her? The author recommends that you read this book in one sitting, if at all possible. I love its format with journal pages intertwined with the story and the atmosphere of the story itself. Not to go overboard with V.E. Schwab, but another good series if you like ghost stories. You might want to check into it. It's the Cassidy Blake series, including City of Ghosts, Tunnel of Bones, and Bridge of Souls. Cassidy Blake is a 10-year-old girl with the extraordinary ability to lift the veil between the living and the dead. She has had this ability since she fell into the river and temporarily drowned. She was rescued by Jacob, who is now her best friend, but Jacob is also a ghost. Cassidy's parents create the Inspectors series, in which they investigate famous ghost stories. In each book, they visit a different city and explore that city's ghosts. In Edinburgh, Scotland, Cassidy meets Laura, and they are destined to be friends. Laura has the same ability as Cassidy and becomes her mentor and her friend, helping Cassidy realize all that she is capable of. So another good one to read for a similar experience that is not currently in is A Lesson in Vengeance by Victoria Lee. In A Lesson in Vengeance by Victoria Lee, Felicity has returned to the Dalloway School, a school that she attended until a tragedy the year before took the life of her friend. She's back in her room in the Godwin house, a dorm that is said to be haunted. Dalloway School has witchcraft in its DNA. Soon after the school was established, 5 girls known as the Dalloway Five died. Rumors abound that these 5 girls practiced witchcraft, and they are who Felicity and her friend were researching when the tragedy occurred. Part of the agreement in Felicity returning to the school is that she will leave the investigation into the witchcraft behind. Felicity is determined to focus on her senior project and graduate. Enter Ellis Haley. She is the new star of Dalloway. She is a prodigy author, a method writer, and brilliant. Because of Felicity's familiarity with the Dalloway Five, Ellis seeks her out as a resource for Ellis's senior project. And Felicity, she just can't refuse. But history is set to repeat itself, and Felicity will have to face the darkness in Dalloway and in herself. Grave Mercy by Robin Lefevers. It's the first book in the His Fair Assassin series. Ismay escapes an arranged marriage and finds sanctuary at the convent of Saint Mortain. She learns that she has been gifted by the gods of death with certain dangerous gifts and a violent destiny. She will be trained as an assassin and handmaid to death. But in order to do this, she must destroy others. Her assignment takes her to the court of Brittany, where she discovers she is not quite prepared for the deadly games of intrigue and treason, and the impossible choices that lie ahead for her. And there we are. I hope you enjoyed our look at Belladonna by Adalyn Grace and other books to read for a Gothic reading experience. I really enjoyed this book, and I enjoyed the whole part of it where my clothing matched or was inspired by the cover of the book. And I think that I'm going to continue that at least into next month and choose at least one book where I try to match my clothing to the cover or use it as inspiration for my clothing. I'll return soon when we will talk about another book that I read for one of the quests in my readathon, and it is Missing Clarissa by Ripley Jones. I hope that you will join me then, and until then, I hope that you enjoy all that you do and all that you read. And thank you!